Adam Driver is hitting all of the headlines right now as first in line and most likely to play Mr. Fantastic. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host Chris, and about 2 or 3 months ago when this report initially went out that Adam Driver was even in the running to play Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, I said I didn't like it. And I'll say it now, I do not love this idea. I don't see the two of them really married together. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Steve Rogers is Chris Evans. They're just married characters and actors that have found each other. Adam Driver is not Reed Richards. Now, this isn't to say he's not going to play Reed Richards, or even that you guys aren't really going to love the performance, or that I might not love the performance. But for where I'm standing right now, I don't see this mix. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our conversations about major movie and television news. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram, Chris M. Rosser, Twitter, @TheCultureChris. Links to both of those can be found in the description down below. And while you're down there, because I know you're all going to go check out my Instagram right now, be sure to leave a comment and let me know, honestly, because I'm so curious, what do you think about Adam Driver potentially playing Reed Richards? And if you don't usually comment, I would love to invite you to go comment as well, because I genuinely want to know what everybody thinks about this, because I am very one-sided in my opinion, and my opinion is that I don't think that this is the move. Now, this isn't anything that has been set in stone, but it is coming from insider Daniel RPK, who on his Patreon gave us the information that Adam Driver wasn't only being considered, but that the deal was pretty much done. Now, I'm not quoting verbatim what he said. However, essentially that they're in talks, they're writing up the contract, and that this is pretty much done deal. This was supported later on by a lot of insiders, Can We Get Some Toast, which is heavily connected to My Time to Shine, and several other big companies who are now kind of on the Adam Driver train as far as his inclusion in the Fantastic Four. I've been going back and forth on how I wanted to cover this report, and mostly I just want to talk about what this might mean for the MCU. Now, I've been a poster child for the MCU for years now. I've been a full-time YouTuber covering Marvel news for 5 years, and I've worked on this channel, Cosmic Culture, for 3 years, making over 1,000 videos, most of which have been dedicated to Marvel. And I've always been one of the first people to say, guys, the movie wasn't as bad as you're complaining. The acting, the animation, it hasn't been as bad as you're going on about. I think you guys need to calm down a little bit. Even with the MCU's Phase 4, with many people saying, I don't think it's been good. Marvel's fallen off. Marvel's trash now. This is the last good project of Marvel, and then it's over. I've been saying, guys, it's a building phase. Relax. We're learning how Disney Plus works. We're introducing new characters. Stop comparing it to Endgame, because it's not Endgame. But here I sit telling you, if we do not nail the Fantastic Four and the majority, if not all of the X-Men and mutants, Marvel might actually get to be in trouble. I think Phase 4 is expected. This is exactly what I thought. If you truthfully think back to individual projects like Moon Knight, WandaVision, Loki, those Disney Plus series, we had so much fun. And then think back to, Shang-Chi, and I loved Doctor Strange. I thought it was a lot of fun. I understand a lot of the complaints with that, and both Thor: Love and Thunder, which didn't really give us what we expected, but I still thoroughly enjoyed them. I thought they were fun individual projects, and I think that the MCU is building to something very, very big. But with that being said, if they do not absolutely knock out of the park the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, I will believe that Marvel's heading down the path of exhaustion. That'll be the word I use. I took my time to pick it because the movies will always be there, and they will always reboot. And in Secret Wars, they're going to bring back Iron Man and Captain America, and it's probably going to be Steve Rogers and Robert Downey Jr., and it's going to try to be a secret, and it's going to be a fun surprise. But then what? What are we doing? Because cameos aren't going to build the entire MCU as we move forward. Cameos didn't build Iron Man, An idea did. And, I'll put in that clip where he says, Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. He did, though. He built that entire foundation of the MCU in that cave. And I think that acting, that character selection, that emotion that we had early on has been a little absent. And I know this isn't all Adam Driver. This is now, at this point in MCU, spiel, but I think miscasting Mr. Fantastic is a devastating mistake. And I know Kevin Feige's been on top of this. This is his child. This is the project that brought him into Marvel. This is a big, huge achievement for Kevin Feige to bring the Fantastic Four back to Marvel Studios. Same with the X-Men, and I know he's going to do a great job. And as always, in Feige we trust. I just don't see Mr. Fantastic when I see Adam Driver, and I really hope that this, if it is the way they decide to go, does absolutely blow me away. So that's where I'm sitting at with Adam Driver. The rest of the Fantastic Four, also a huge, huge, huge envelope to be sent out. This is a massive project. The Fantastic Four movie is one we've all been talking about. This reboot, this new team in the MCU. In an MCU where the Avengers don't even really exist anymore. Now, we did see that they were teased in the Secret Invasion trailer when Fury said he has to do it on his own. But where is the Avengers campus in the MCU? Where is all of the teams and the characters that we know? They're separated. Were torn apart by Endgame and what it left them with. And now new characters are being introduced and new teams and new parts and corners of the MCU, like the cosmic side, the street level side, the mystical, scary side. All of that is kind of being spread out until it will be brought back together by Kang, and the need for us to kill and defeat every Kang variant, which is going to be a tall order and a really, really fun Avengers franchise moment. But beyond that, what's the plan? Well, Fantastic Four and X-Men. That's where the attention is going to be drawn. We're not even going to see the MCU mutants until after Secret Invasion is over. That's how big of a phase mutants in the Fantastic Four are going to be. So we're starting with the Fantastic Four and then making our way over to the MCU's mutants. In the meantime, we'll see some old friends, some cameos, some characters from the Fox mutants, some characters from the Fantastic Four in the Fox universe, and then be introduced to the Fantastic Four in the MCU. But I'm just curious if Marvel's going to be able to find that power from within to create characters and an emotional story and not just lean on the cameos and teasing the future of what might show up. Because Iron Man built this franchise in a cave. And Captain America sacrificed himself way back when in order to create the emotion and to create these comic book stories that we've all fallen in love with. And we'll see. I'm feeling a little doom and gloom now that I've reached the end of the video. Like, I'm talking like it's all over. I'm trying to get my own mind together about what I think about Adam Driver potentially playing Mr. Fantastic. And if that will work for me as a fan. And you guys just let me know if it's going to work for you as a fan and what you think overall. I'm not typically the doom and gloom guy. I'm usually the let's get through this, it's going to be awesome guy. So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I do appreciate everybody who watches and participates, likes, subscribes, or you're just silent in the background. I appreciate you guys too. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys all later right here on Cosmic Culture.